Hello and welcome to Windwall Forest. Yet with another ice golem, tempest golem, excuse me, sir. In the middle. We have RisingSun on the left side with the trusty dwarves. Oh, just double stone cutter. Ah, looks like he's gonna get that afterwards once he gets the workers. And good old Lady Hierophant. And in the other corner we have Funderment with the humans. Coming in with a trusty Wolf Guard commander. Fatal Blow, Whirlwind, classic stuff. Expecting to see Shadow Strike and more Deep Waters on the next level. And my apologies, I forgot to goddamn change the announcers again. So do remind me next time. So we might be hearing some lovely trolls and dark elf ladies shouting at you again. Good old early axe wielder before the first stone pole goes up. Pretty classic dwarf stuff. And yeah, I'll keep the economy overview up now. But I will forget it. Oh, yeah, don't lose the Mole Rider. That'd be a sin in my books. And I don't expect a fancy build here. Yeah. Looks like very classic left side barrage build. No totem shenanigans going on here. As of yet. So here's a good build order. So double stone cutter, hunting cabin, and oh, double hunting cabin. Which will most likely then end up with a stone hall here and no, he will have to have a char burner here. Otherwise he won't be able to expand. Agmadi Wiesen indeed. And capping wise, okay, both going for like a safe, non-aggressive route. You sometimes see the middle capped and then your enemy taps the wyvern with a scout, so the flagpoles get capped. But both of them being very conservative here. Just going straight up the middle and oh. Okay, that's brave. Looks like we might have a little bit of a new boy here, because this on the surface seems perfectly reasonable to do, just upgrading that sector so you don't lose it later. But this here is such an important sector. It's 250 food on a map that doesn't have that much food. As well as high other resource count and a lot of space to build. And losing that sector is always a pain in the butt, because it essentially cuts off your entire main base and this sector here from the rest of the playing field. So if you, let's say, lose also control of the Godstone over here, you're really in a pickle and will not be able to maneuver effectively. But the mole and the crew is going to come over and check this royal flag out. Looks like he wants a piece of that. And okay, yeah, there we go. Shadow Strike, double Deep Waters. Pretty classic stuff. So it looks like we do have an experienced boy here. So might be a Smurf. Might be a new boy who just looked up some builds. I hope for the latter. Would be healthy for the game to see some new blood. Okay, Rising just teleported back. And didn't quite keep the flag here. So he didn't want to try and contest or fight here. Wolfguard usually wins early trades. And you don't want to lose like your early units. Very, very easy to do that. Could have sent him to harass. Just to force the Wolfguard back. Be annoying. Stuff like that. Let's see, for the humans, you don't really have a choice in the beginning. You kind of have to go double woodcutter, stone cutter, and hunting cabin. And then there's slight variations, but they're pretty unusual. So you usually get another woodcutter, hunting cabin, stone cutter. Sometimes you get stone cutter earlier. At least I do, but I'm also not very good human players. So maybe the chat will tell you otherwise, while I'm not paying attention to them. But so far, okay, we might be in for a long one. We shall see, we shall see. Because so far, all is very nice and safe. So no Wolfguard harass or anything. Just everybody wants their piece of the map. And looks like Wolfguard lady was a bit faster because she didn't go across. So let's see what he does with it. And I'm assuming the big old halberd is coming in. No. Okay, doesn't have quite the right amount of money. But could definitely go to the shop here. To go grab it. Oh, but it's so nice that the icons actually vanish now. So we know which creeps are still available. Very, very nice. So let's see if I was right. Oh, no, we're going Stonecutter Hunting Cabin. into nothing yet. Interesting. I was about to say, we must be floating here. And we are floating a bit indeed. But we've got mostly just reinforcements from the main coming in for now. So it's a very, very old school build. But we're not trying to rush here with early stone halls. Meanwhile, Funderment is getting his double barracks out right on time. So I think the usual human way to play is you get 3 sectors up and upgraded. Get your eco buildings and then you build double barracks. And then you're set for the next couple minutes and then you usually tech tier 2 on the back of that. And oh, we're not going Arbalest spam, so that's nice to see. I'll have myself some infantrymen. And no, Rising! Shame on you, letting the Mole Rider die. Well, that's true with the early stone halls. I don't know, I find both of these builds pretty old school. The other old school build is basically Balloon Rush. So we'll see if you're up to this here now. I feel like I'm missing a dwarf sector. There's one. Stonecutter charcoal. Alright, so far pretty greedy. I say that. You do have your axe wielders from the main. But you are gonna need some kind of production soon, or the humans come knocking, and then it's not gonna look too good for your half-health axemen here. With the Iroquois. I keep forgetting what they're called in English. It's not a mullet. That one's not a mullet. Ah, I just like the music in this game. So good. And it looks like they finally added some more tracks to the maps. Because I don't recall hearing that one on this map. But I'm also not super sure. Ooh, yeah. Wolfguard Commander, the Terror in the Dark. On level 3 versus all light infantry here. But Rising does get the sector, so that's pretty good for him. There we go, there's a nice stun. Ooh. 20, 30, that could be a bit tight. Do we have another stun available? 10 seconds, so no cooldowns yet here. I wonder if like getting 1 point of cooldown here would actually save this. Oh! Maybe he doesn't need it. Ah! Nice. So that's a neat little trick if you're losing a flag fight. You can delete it early, so your opponent doesn't expect it. Meanwhile, you're already there spam clicking it to get it back. So there's a nice little trick you learned there. Which can then extend the flag fight and gives you some time to do something on the back of it. Meanwhile, we've got a whole lot of infantry not doing anything. On both sides. Oh, this time it's the royal flag. And lucky for that little dwarf here, that she doesn't have the big halberd, but it doesn't matter if you're just tanking all the abilities. No, hasn't grabbed that stone pole yet. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Let's see, there we go. Upgrading this post, double stone hall, and a workshop in the back here. So, nice and safe positions for that. Always nice to have. And Funderment is getting those forward sectors, which is going to be nice for mobility. Let's see if he makes use of it. Meanwhile, these guys are still just chilling. There we go. Looks like we might be going into the middle here and then taking care of business on the Ice Wyvern. Meanwhile, Rising is on his way to level 5, which will give him the barrage ability, which is the terror in the night of many a good people. And I'll move the microphone closer now, because I kind of forgot about it. Let me know if this is better or worse. Oh, well, taking a bit too much damage there. Don't want to eat all of those tasty, tasty old bones. The walking bone jerky there. Here comes a good old Frosty's Ice Picks. Shock freezing some infantrymen. But they're fine, they're fine. It's just a couple of seconds. Everything's alright. And pretty uncontested, so he's pretty happy about that one. So level 5 for the Wolf God as well. And we have another terror ability, the Earth Shatter. Combined with a good old Shadow Strike, which on level 2, by the way, impairs still for 10 seconds and 30%. Really good hero sniping tool, especially in combination with Arbalesters to chase them down. There's a lot of nasty things in this game. And that's about one of them. We shall see who takes the most. So for the moment, we mostly have humans with a slight sector lead. Now, what's he getting from his Stonehalls? Okay, good old sentries. And we're getting the new sentry stance, so that should be interesting. So, I believe they don't give you bonus damage anymore. They don't stun, hallelujah. Because that was the most obnoxious ability in the game. And they just slow you down now. So it's basically like a Shadow Strike. Yeah, it's essentially a Shadow Strike now. That you have to shoot. So we've got some Shadow Strike versus Shadow Strike action coming up. But we'll see. I might be wrong about the damage, but it definitely wasn't in the patch notes that they still retain that feature. The grey boxes below the score are if it's a multiple part series. I can't disable it. I don't think I have a best of one option on the casting tool. Because it's usually used for tournaments. Oh, but that could be a prime Earth Shatter here. Nice weakening orb. And there's a big boy barrage. And it gets off before the Earth Shatter. So both of them got their big old AoE off. Very nice. But definitely the humans in the lead. We also have the hammer upgrade. So these boys... It's gotten reduced. So it's not quite as effective anymore. But 75 strike damage is still pretty respectable. And I believe they don't get as much health anymore on the other upgrade. Oh, they actually have both of them. There you go. Just came in. So 20. I think it's 25 health less than it used to be. Maybe even... Might have even been 925 or 950. Okay, here comes the sentry stance. Oh no, never mind. They still do 175 damage. So ignore that. But there she goes. She's now minus 40 movement speed. But it also really reduces their attack speed. But it's, yeah, much less obnoxious now. But still pretty terrible. She's still pretty potent. But if you can extract your hero while your army wallops on them, they really are ineffective in that stance. But so far, Funderment feels compelled to retreat. Which is understandable. So you should have a great day. Good, we've got the billets up for population cap. And there we go. That should be tier 3, right? Yeah. No! Oh! No, he has that. No. He was tier 2, yeah. That is tier 3. I always keep my tier structures mixed up. And just a quick check. Capital, I think that's tier 2 still. Oh, nice. Gets yoinked before the Earth Shatter. And that's a big money barrage here. Here comes the Earth Shatter again. But Sentry Stance does prevent them from being knocked down at least. But they still take the full damage and get slowed down. So we check the population count up here now, which is nice to see. We're down to 6 population here by the dwarf. But the big old balloons are coming out. 200 pierce damage. And we don't have that many Arbalesters anymore. And like sitting under a dwarf outpost while the higher Hierophant with lots and lots of cleave damage and high single target damage wells away at your tier 1 infantry. That's a paddling. So Dwarves really got tanky outpost. That's not even its final form. Lots of damage on it. Lots of tank. So that a 50 population difference didn't mean much. So city center is coming up. Looks like we're lacking a little bit of resources. What are we lacking? Looks like food. Yeah, we're starting to run out of food in a couple sectors here. That's why this one is so important. But he's getting there.
Well then.
Got the iron mines, good stuff. I hope he's hunting from here. He's still got a hunt there. So it's very important to secure hunts early on. Because just like in Age of Empires 4, hunting is a lot faster than farming. And there's only one food upgrade and it works for both. And speaking of food, yeah, we do see the farm economy coming in for the dwarves. Because that's usually one of those that can really hurt the dwarf player. If they're not fast enough. Still hunt here. Hunt there. Almost everywhere. Where is your hunt, Rising? Minus, good old dwarf players. Minus 66 in the bank for the stone. 39 per minute. Could be better, could be worse. It's a classic situation though. Since basically dwarves mostly just completely rely on stones for the economy. So as soon as you pop on a building, you're like 18 in the minus. It's a hard knock life, but there we go. We got some golems out. These bad boys should still be cleaving. Did they lose? No, they didn't lose their cleave, right? Well, I guess we'll find out. No time like the present, but oh no, Funderment now with a definitely pop negativity here coming in. Also, I believe, yeah, they're golems, so they're immune to like a couple of things. I'm not sure if they're immune to the Earth Shadow, actually. I suppose we'll find out. But yeah, that's a tier 2 army now versus a slightly smaller tier 1 army. And do remind me, chat, to adjust some settings here. And probably restart the game so we get some smoother gameplay experience afterwards. I probably tried to optimize it as much as possible, but it looks like we can still do something here. Or need to do something, better said. Meanwhile, let me take a sip of tea. Ah. No one's gone for the big golem in the center yet, which is always a nice target. Because you really want that potent item that he can drop. Also, oh, yeah, we still have both the big creep camps here. A very worthwhile thing. And yeah, one feature of this map, which Funderment is now just finding out, is that the tier 3 resources are really scarce. They're on the side sectors and in the middle, and not much anywhere else. There we go. Golem upgrade came in, so these guys can now go into a siege stance, which then just really, really rips through buildings. Otherwise, they just punch full in the face with flaming fists, which does cleave, so it's really, really good against infantry spam, that kind of things. We've got some champion bros rocking in. Big old hammerdins. No keepers at all. Very interesting. So just straight skip to tier 3. So there's going to be a lot of champions in Rising's future. And if he gets enough Arya up, there could be a lot of mages too. Speaking of, yeah, that's what I just meant. Like, there is not much tier 3 resources on this map. Yeah, in fact, yeah, it is truly just the middle and the side sectors. So Rising now has to go in the middle and secure himself some moon silver, so he can get berserkers, glowing axes, pyromancers. Because surely, yeah, that's tier 3, I think. He should definitely be tier 3 by now. Lucky for him, this is a frosty golem, so it's not too bad. But I believe these guys might actually take extra frost damage. Oh, no, they're even immune to frozen. Interesting. There you go. And good old dwarf outpost. A fun thing about dwarven, the first outpost, if they have little surface area compared to others, At least it feels like it. So they do tend to last a little bit longer against melee blobs. Just because they can't fit as many models around the place. Is the capital as tier 3? No, it's not. Never mind. Citadel is tier 3. Oh, did Rising... Oh, no. Did he just delete that? Or did he not capture it? Alright, one of my jobs should actually be to give you an idea of what the heroes are doing. So, lots of brute force. Yeah, very classic left side build. Nothing too crazy. Double scattershot ammunition for additional cleave. We've got a tier 3 armor and weapon. And we did get a focus ring per second off it, which is not that great on a Hierophant. So Funderment getting lucky in that regard. He got a health ring from the Wyvern. Otherwise, tier 3 armor and... armor and weapon. No, we do not hate North Germany. It's a friendly rivalry. At the best of times. Or at the worst of times. Usually I just don't care. Lots of champions. No upgrade yet. Don't quite have the aria. But they're definitely coming in, the distilleries. Oh! You put them all the way down there, even though there's just one pool here. Feels Badman. And yeah, Rising didn't grab the middle. Ay. Oh, there we go. It's finally attacking up. So he can at least get some berserkers out in preparation. Even though they are going to cost him more iron than he has. But here come the humans. So we have a market up. That's the biggest question of them all, isn't it? And there we go. Champion sweeping strikes. Arya infused bolts. So the human army is slowly getting scary. So these guys, the champions will get big old spears that now cleave 3 targets instead of 2. And with 200 damage, that's no joke. Which can be further boosted by flag bearers. I hope we'll see some. Alright, here comes Rising. 140 pop versus 183. Oh, he's trying to snipe. Poor Arbalest. What a bloodbath. Look at all that blood. He died like a Boromir. And I guess that's Faramir there. Rest in pepperoni, my dudes. Surprised how scared Funderment is here, but it's also like, this looks like a lot. Like, you literally can't see beneath the balloons. So you're automatically scared. Like, it seems just the dwarf spacing in general is always wider. Which is a kind of an interesting feature here. But there we go. Here's a very good Earth Shatter. Very nice. Puts them into the way of the Beast Boys. But there we go. Sentry stance and the balloons. Classic hero snipe. And oh, here comes the fire. It has been nerfed in the last patch. But that's some pretty good connections there. Oh! Doesn't quite finish off the army though. And I might lose some very expensive golems. These guys cost like 20 charcoal. Which is the equivalent of... It's just wood for dwarves. Alright, so that could have been way worse for Funderment here. Pretty much could have been way worse for both sides. And we literally equalized the pop cap for a bit there. So I would love to see an academy coming in here. So we've got 3 stone halls and 4 granite halls. We don't have the big upgrades yet because the moon silver production is going to take a while to come into effect. This is Funderment. Ooh! That could be an issue. We only have double production facilities here. So double drill hall. We do have academies up now, which are only producing mentalists. So our boy Funderment has not been hearing the great word of the flag bearer. So much I have to teach you, young boys. So much I have to teach you. Which just turns champions and the backline into absolute monsters because you can buff both offense and defense. It's pretty spicy. But oh god, here comes the fire. Lucky for Funderment. Rising's micro seems to be a bit off here. But the hero still goes down, and a couple of champions go down for the price of a few sentries. Not too bad, not too bad. Especially like Elementalists just benefit so much from Flag Bearers for the offense, because it takes them up to like 90 damage or something, or 85. Which is a big difference, especially when you're hitting units that are vulnerable to magic. But I don't think my dreams are gonna come true here. But yeah, we just see a classic Rising experience here. He's just sitting pretty on his outpost when he could be... and just waiting for the maximum amount of army he can have. So you basically just don't want to fight his army. You just run around, raise down his sectors. We even have like some unupgraded stuff here. We've got still a Wyvern to collect. Really surprised no one's gone and grabbed the middle there. Because that's a huge deal on this map. It's so much iron and tier 3 resources for any faction. I think there's even scrap piles for trolls. I'm not sure. We do not have the runic axes yet. So these guys don't do quite... not gonna be quite as effective as they could be. Oh! Pretty good stunning shot there. And she goes down again. Yeah, I think Funderment is slightly new to the game, but he's got a pretty good grasp of it. He's just lacking some nuances, like don't teleport into that kind of thing with your Wolf Guard. That's a strategy that works 90% of the time, but there are some situations where you just don't want to blindly go in and Earth Shatter. Because your enemy has about 15,000 guns trained on you, and they're not afraid to use them. Oh god, these champions could all die to barrages. Hey, we've got a Totem of Silence. That's not bad. Let's have a quick check at the... Okay, Totem of Silence. Didn't go in Fusion, that's good. I'd recommend just Ways of the Earth and then just spam a Fire Totem as well. Just go level 1s there, it's this late. If you went full on left side. Because there, and then you just put them into the middle of the enemy formation. Because they will destroy it most of the time and then it impairs them. Alright, here we go again. And that Wolf Guard is going straight ahead at level 6 versus level 10, by the way. And the Totem of Silence got caught in the act going in. Oh no, he's gonna try again. Okay, good. He did it in the back line. That's nice. Problem is, these guys have a lot of range. We're getting his... It seems to be only on this map. I think I've played yesterday on this map, and I keep getting these audio glitches on this map. Can I say a little bit more map? Map. Oh, still no magic axes, which would basically just then chew through champions. Because, do I have a champion left? Uh-oh. Looks like we're running out of iron here for Funderment. I don't see a market. Oh, he has not heard of the glory that is the market. Maybe he just doesn't want the views. But it did get pretty heavily nerfed. It still should be powerful, but definitely not as powerful as it used to be. Also, we have a lot of unupgraded sectors here for both players. So a lot of untapped potential, so to speak. But there we go, yeah, like, if you get the Runic Axis upgrade, your Berserkers are gonna do magic instead of strike resistance. So that's a 25% increased damage buff. And against these guys, it's even, like, 50%. No, wait, actually, that's 100. That's 100 difference. No, 50. Oh, I don't do math. Don't judge me. I'm an old man. Trying his best. Hey! Observation tower spam. The moment we're just running into each other. Not even like trying to get this point. Very, very hard on the tunnel vision at the moment. The fundamental tunnel vision. For both of them. Oh, come on, Rising. Where are the axes? What are you doing? There we go. Looks like he's prioritizing. Yeah, like as long as you have stuff in the queue. There you go. Very nice. He found a way around. Now, if only we would get Flag Bearer, we would be very, very happy. But now we have a 200 PopCap Dwarven army. So maybe we see even Rising Sun going onto the offensive soon. I will taunt him for it until he changes his mind. Oh god, no, the pain. He just used all the Berserker Shouts all at once. You really want to stagger those. All you need to do is click on one, press the button, and he buffs all his comrades around him. And if you stagger them, you can have like 100% uptime on that buff. It's beautiful. But still, they do chew through them, because that's a very high tier army here, versus mostly still tier 1. Some quality units here and there. But the dwarf definitely in the driver's seat now. And that Goldstone got denied. Should be able to go into the middle. To finally grab that sector we talked about. Hello, anybody? No one? There's free real estate over there. No, we're going back home. Alright, Rising. You do you. Meanwhile, he saw that didn't work. So we're gonna go back through the front door. We're gonna go back through the front door. Because we thought out of the box one time and it didn't work. We got hurt. The dwarves are really, really mean to us. So we're going back home and we're doing what we've always done. Politely knocking on the front door. Hey! I think we found the middle. But maybe we're just running past. Nobody should build on it. But hey, we have blue glowy axes for our dwarf boys. Which now gives them magic damage and it's scary as tits. And they also have really high attack speed, 0.56. So in this game, it's attacks per second. So the higher the number, the better it is. These boys do... Also, they're pretty tanky. So don't underestimate them once their axes start glowing. It's all fun and games until the axes start glowing. That's my lesson for you today. We have... Oh no. A poor mentalist is gonna go straight to rehab after encountering the entire dwarfish force. Oh, he's jogging for it. He's jogging for it. Jogging for his life. But, wow, that's not even a border fortress. When did that get nuked? That must have been a while ago. Or did I miss it? I don't think I did. Oh, no flag bearers. Like, at this point, usually what you do as humans, you basically just grind your enemy down with a market. It's probably not as effective anymore, but you can still do some of it. Also, recycle your buildings. It's basically just wasted resources, because you literally get 100% of them back. Of the resources you spent on them. But it's all good. It's nice to see a new face. Which is very, very good for the health of the game. And he's playing it well. He knows... At least he looked up some stuff, at least. Or maybe it's just Drakia on one brain cell. We don't know. Oh, that could be a... Yeah, it's a very risky Earthshatter. Got some Pyromancers in the back here as well. So that's a lot of AoE damage. That was a pretty wonky Earthshatter. We've got a big old boon here, so that's like makes these guys even scarier. 234 damage now. And I think we might have even had some on the balloon here. And that looks to be getting close to the end here. There's just not enough damage done by the human army yet. It really needs flag bearers in the late game. I'm not even sure what the best late game composition is against dwarves, but it definitely involves flag bearers. And more aggression just to keep the dwarf down. Because once he gets to this point, dwarves can be pretty scary. It's just hard to get there. GG, well played to our... I was about to say little players, but that would just be mean. And I'm not a mean person, am I? Hey, that's a good portrait. Almost a Balrog of Toxic. Right there. 190, 116. Good stuff, good stuff. What's the hero damage? That's the most important metric. 78,000. Lovely, lovely. Good stuff right here. Thanks for watching, if you're on YouTube. And there's more to come soon, I hope.